Welcome to City Fans, your number one place for Manchester City match updates, transfer news, and behind-the-scenes training action. If you love City as much as we do, you're in the right place. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay connected with everything happening at the City Fans. Let's go, citizens! Antoine Semenyo makes January transfer preference clear amid Manchester United and Manchester City interest. Bournemouth. Winger Antoine Semenyo has made a decision on his future amid interest from Manchester City and Manchester United. Bournemouth winger Antoine Semenyo has made his preference on his next destination clear ahead of the January transfer window. Both Manchester City and Manchester United are among a number of Premier League clubs to have inquired about the Ghana international in recent weeks and months. Liverpool, Chelsea and Tottenham have also been linked with the player, but the indication has always been that the two Manchester clubs were leading the chase. The latest report from The Athletic's David Ornstein is that it is Semenyo's preference to join City should he leave the Vitality Stadium next month. A deal between clubs is yet to be agreed as a little over a week remains before the window opens, but the presence of a £65 million release clause that can be triggered before January 10th should make the move straightforward. If he were to remain at the Vitality Stadium beyond the January window, the release clause would then drop significantly ahead of the summer. That said, interest from Premier League clubs, most notably City, makes a winter exit the likeliest outcome. Ornstein claims that Semenyo's desire to win trophies was one of the driving forces behind his decision to choose City. Pep Guardiola's side have won 6 Premier League titles since 2018, with only Liverpool usurping them on 2 occasions. In Europe, they have also remained competitive, claiming a Champions League triumph over Inter Milan back in 2023. That year, they secured a historic treble by also winning the League and FA Cup. City's rivals United were also heavily linked with Semenyo, but a move next month was always going to be a stretch for Ruben Amorim's side. Liverpool were also credited with interest in the player, as were Tottenham, but neither appeared to step up their pursuit in recent weeks. Chelsea emerged as outside contenders on Tuesday, with reports suggesting they had made inquiries with Semenyo's representatives. However, it later emerged that they had decided against pursuing the 25-year-old and instead retained faith in their current attacking options. A move for Semenyo would provide greater depth to Guardiola's attacking options, which already consist of Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, Omar Marmoush, Savinho, Oscar Bob, Phil Foden and Rayan Cherki. City remain locked in a title race with league leaders Arsenal, with just 2 points separating the sides after 17 matches. City's immediate focus, however, will be on their upcoming fixtures heading into the new year. They take on Nottingham Forest away a couple of days after Christmas, before a tricky test on the road against Sunderland on January 2nd. January transfers: Antoine Semenyo, Rayan Ait-Nouri, Manchester City. Questions answered. Your Manchester City questions answered as our chief City writer Simon Bashkowski delves into the latest on the January window. There's never a shortage of Manchester City topics to discuss, as Pep Guardiola's men look to compete in 4 competitions this season after the disappointment of last year. We've got every game and press conference covered for you, but we also know that there is so much going on around that. That's why we are starting up regular Q&A sessions with our chief City writer Simon Bashkowski. The day of the week it comes out on may change depending on what City's schedule looks like, but essentially this is your chance to get an answer on anything you want. Simply comment on the Q&A article when it comes out, or respond to the brand account on social media, and Simon will wrap everything up the next morning. This week we are looking ahead to the January transfer window and beyond, with City alive to a potential move for Antoine Semenyo amid competition from Liverpool and United, and also planning for longer. Here are the responses, and we will be back with another Q&A next week. more of a statement than a question to start, but I like the conviction. It has felt and been seen in the last few months that City have an excellent starting 11, but a significant drop when key players are rested. That's to be expected to some degree, but when you think of some of the squads who achieved the biggest things under Guardiola, the squad was considerably better. Ryan Ait-Nouri needs to challenge Nico O'Reilly when he comes back from AFCON, John Stones need to get fit and stay fit, and Abdulkadir Kusanov needs to find the form that he showed earlier in the season against United and Arsenal. All of those will push City closer, but are far from certain. As we've reported recently, Mark Guehi is being looked at by City, but that is for the summer, and Liverpool could pounce in January. His signing was seen as terrific when he joined, and he looked very good on debut against former club Wolves. Yes, a Wolves side that have just 2 points after 17 games, but ask Matheus Nunes how tough it can be to go back to Molineux. He got a bad injury at a bad time and has since been kept out of the team by the force of nature that is O'Reilly. Ait-Nouri has to see that as temporary, but he is the older player, so he has to make more of his opportunities when he does come into the team. I think his price point means there aren't enormous expectations on him though, and if he can start to play a role in starting some games and coming off the bench in others, that will be a valuable first season as he learns under Guardiola. Rodri is coming back whenever everyone feels Rodri is strong enough to come back. After several aborted attempts to return, a more cautious approach has been taken. Guardiola mooted the end of December when he was asked earlier in the month, but it's likely a pocket of games has already been found to reintroduce him. When he does come back, it will take time for him to get back to full speed. Despite that, I'd be surprised to see City strengthen in midfield in January. Antoine Semenyo is an active situation where City are one of multiple top clubs looking to take advantage of a release clause, and there are decisions needed on loanees Claudio Echeverri, who will definitely need a new club, and Jarmai Simpson-Pusey, who probably does need a new club. But I'm not sure the likes of Elliot Anderson or Adam Wharton are worth adding millions to their fee to try to sign them in January. Yes, the Bob situation is a real shame. It looked at the beginning of last season like he was going to make a real impact before his leg fracture, and he hasn't really shown enough since he did come back. It's been a damaging few months for him, with getting hooked at half-time of the Leverkusen defeat, left out of subsequent squads, and also criticised by his Norway manager. Something needs to change with Bob, and there may well be interest in offering him a fresh start because, as you say, the potential is there.